I'm currently working on a Demilune table for the Tobias Lear House in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And after sketching and drawing the piece, I built a full-scale mock-up to experience the piece in full scale and actually place it in the house to see how it fits.
I decided early on that I wanted a piece of studio furniture made in New Hampshire and poked around a bit and sort of settled on Ted, and then finally made the trek up to Warner with my sister, and we looked at a bunch of things that he had there as well as photos. And this piece, kind of struck a chord. It's for me, it's a traditional looking piece, not too modern, but no one's going to mistake it for a 1780 Portsmouth piece. It's got modernity written all over it, and I was particularly taken by the walnut, the Claro walnut, which is going to be the predominant wood here. So.
Yeah, it's all roughly shaped.
And these are going to get ebony feet?
Yeah, I brought along some black tape to approximate that. So we could go around and put it on all of them. But now that's going to
Sweet.
Relate to that.
Yeah.
And, the height of this all.
So that would be ebony or rosewood?
Well, the rosewood I have is very dark. The form of it relates to, there's pillars and arches wallpaper that I believe is planned in here.
Yeah.
So there's some drooping curves here, which when I started sketching this piece, I think these aprons have nice little curves to them, so it sort of relates there.
And the spandrels give it an arch.
The spandrels also, and they're a decorative and a structural component. They were using things like this in Chinese furniture years ago for you really get some structural benefit. These will be mortised in.
Yeah.
And but they add a nice decorative element too, and the finished wood color is. This is just a sample, but looking like that.
That's walnut, right?
This is Claro walnut, yeah. And it comes in a wide variety of colors. There's a pretty subtle thing that I'll be doing here, and again, this is a reason for me, like making this mock-up and taking it home, and when I build the real piece, I can refer to it. And so there's this very subtle return here. This line comes up, and then right at the top, it kind of
comes back a little
back in just a little bit. So at this point, the mortises have been cut for the spandrels, and I'll just zoom in here, and they're going to be set right in there. I've got this set up so they can be installed as a second stage glue up. I'll glue the base of the table together first, and then I'll be able to carefully go around and put the spandrels in. And they go in like this. This is just a mock-up, but they're designed to drop in and then slide in. And then I'll be putting a key right in here that will wedge the piece in both mortises. So that's that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is this is going in an old house with uneven floors, so I wanted to come up with a very discreet leveling toe, and these just thread in and out here. I'll just pull. And so that's a brass rod that's been drilled, and I have a machine screw in there that goes into a threaded insert that's embedded down here in the leg. kind of a tricky 3-stage stepped hole that had to be drilled, but there'll be a rubber tip and goes on the end. I've got a platform built that's perfectly flat that I'll glue the table up on, and I've got the full-scale drawing taped to the top. The table will be glued up upside down, and this platform will ensure that the top of the table, top plane of the table will be flat so I can set the top on it. The parts are all laid out here, and they've been sanded to 400 grit sandpaper. And I'll just give you a little tour here. There's some clamp blocks that are covered with leather that I'll be using when I put the clamps on. There are the legs, some interior white oak braces, and these are white oak insert tenons that'll be the joinery that will join the legs to the apron sides. I'll be using Epotech 730 epoxy, which is slow setting. This will take about 45 minutes to put together, so I don't want to rush. I want everything to go together smoothly, and I'll put some good music on and get going.